Hey everybody, this is Cody from Lazy Goblins, and I'm going to show you guys today how I created basically a lobby waiting room system. And it's kind of like a level spawner manager, so people can run around in a lobby while they wait for the actual game. And here's the actual game. Let's try to find this person so I could show you guys that it works. Because after the game, they will go right back into the lobby. 3, 2, 1. And we're back in the lobby. And then it just cycles and repeats this whole process. Of course I made it in space, I just made it a little weird room with a bunch of grenade launchers and everything. But let's jump into it and see how this all works. Alright, so we are now inside of Core. Core Engine. If you guys don't know about Core Engine, I'll probably do a little video, but basically it's a whole like all-in-one thing where people can create games and people can play games on it. And yeah, I'll do a video later about it all, but it's really cool. Check it out, totally free. So I definitely recommend checking it out. But we're in the Core Engine, and right now, you know how in the start you guys saw this awesome lobby, and there's nothing here. Where is everything? Everything is taken care of in this level spawner script. So what I did is I created a group, just a random new group, and I called it level spawner. That's what you see here, and I created a script by going up to Object, Create Script, Create New Script, and I put the level spawner script underneath the level spawner group as a child. And then I came down here and I created two properties, two asset reference properties, one for that lobby waiting room, and over here, if you come to project content, my templates are kind of like prefabs if you're coming from Unity. I have a heavy Unity background, so that's kind of what I'll interchangeable for those template and prefab. So if you hear me say prefab, I really mean a template. If you hear me say template, I mean a prefab. Same thing. So I just dragged the waiting room into there, and then I also made a little map. I didn't make this map, it was a part of the template, but I just renamed it and added my own stuff like a random weapon spawner and stuff like that. And then I dragged that into there as well, so that way you could show off kind of like, hey, it's actually a working thing. And then let's jump into the script, see what is actually going on behind the scenes. So when you make a custom property right here, it gives you the exact code to copy and paste into here so you can have access to it. So now in the script, I have access to these asset references that I plugged in over here at this bottom right side. So I have the prop waiting room, which points to the waiting room template, the urban pistol map, which points to that template. I also created three right here variables. Sorry, couldn't think of the name. 3 variables, one for maps, which will be right now is an empty array. And then we have a local random map index, which going down the line, I wanted to incorporate randomness. So once the round starts, it will randomly select a map within the maps array. But of course, right now I just put in the same map into both of them, just to kind of show everything since the shotgun one isn't fully ready yet. And then I have a local variable to hold the current map that is spawned. I'll talk more about that later. And then I made a variable. This kind of executes right on start. It basically spawns the lobby waiting room. So when people join a game, whichever game is there, it'll spawn that lobby waiting room for people to join into and everything. Once there's enough people, then the countdown timer will start, and then it'll go into the actual game. But I like to hold it into its own variable. That way, if I need to, I can reference it and point to it later, which I believe I do. Or maybe I don't. I don't really need this, but hey, I like to do it just in case, right? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Sorry, scratch that. So here I connected, this is important, down here you can connect events to certain functions. So this one right here, is the game round end event, and I connected that to the on round end function. And then this game round start event, I connected it to this function as well. And then, so on the round start, the lobby waiting room that we put into this variable, I set it to destroy because you don't want it to just kind of be sitting there. There will be conflicting stuff, especially with the lobby waiting room that I made, where it has its own skybox and all that stuff. It'll spout out warnings about that. We don't want that. And then after I destroy the lobby waiting room, I add all the maps that I have. Right now I just have urban pistol map, but you know, if you have like 3 or 4 maps, you can just add them into this maps array. And then I take the random map index and I pick a random number between 1 and 2. Again, in my previous video on random weapon spawning, if you're coming from a different language, array indexes start at 0, but in Lua it starts at 1, so be sure to remember that. That threw me some errors and tripped me up for a good while because I couldn't figure it out why. But yeah, it starts at 1, so I did a math.random, and it will pick a random number between 1 and whatever I choose right here, like 9. So between 1 and 9, it'll pick a random number, and it even includes 1 and 9 in that as well. It's inclusive. And afterwards, I get that current map variable, that empty one I had up here, and I make it equal to the random map that we're going to spawn. So to do that, you do world.spawnAsset, and in the parentheses, you put, for us, we put the maps, which is our list, and in order to access a certain map in that array or list, we have to put an index here. And that's why I have this called random map index, to kind of be clear that, hey, this is the index value that we want. And this random map index will choose a random number between 1 and 2. So on the behind the scenes, people might know this, but for people that don't know, so right now we have that random map index, right? And it right here, it equals math.random. It'll pick a random number between 1 and 2, but of course you can't really visually see that in the script, like, okay, what's it picking? It does it behind the scenes. So if this random number ends up being, say, 2, then basically it'll say, okay, random map index right now, until it comes back to this point, will equal 2, or until it changes, it will equal 2. So because of that, that means that maps index 2. So it's saying to grab the object and the maps array at index 2. And remember, it starts at 1, so it goes 1, 2. So it will grab this map. So that's kind of how it runs behind the scenes. I might do a basic like Lua tutorial, but for now, I'm just gonna kind of show how I've been doing things and what I've been learning. So it spawns a current map. Awesome. Now the round plays out. Awesome. Now we hit the round end event. And what I do is I do a task.wait to wait 4 seconds. And then what this does is it comes right here to this line of code. And it'll say, okay, I'm going to wait 4 seconds before executing the next line. Because usually it all kind of goes line by line by line and executes it like one after the other, like boom, boom, boom. But this task.wait, it makes it wait 4 seconds. So I have it wait 4 seconds. And I think that's actually the kind of timer that I have for it to actually execute. Once a round ends, there's a timer until like the next round starts, or goes back to the lobby or something. And so it's at 4. And then what I do is I create a local variable called last map, which equals the current map, which we have right here. And then I destroy that last map. That way it's no longer there, and we can start fresh and clean. And then I had this in here. I haven't taken it out yet because I used to have it to where like maps would just spawn back to back to back. I guess we could remove this now because now we have the lobby system in place. So we have we had the local variable of last map, which equals the current map, and then the last map we destroyed it, to start fresh, basically saying there's nothing in the game, we're starting kind of clean slate. And then I make the lobby waiting room again equal the world, the prop lobby waiting room that we spawn with world.spawn asset. I know that's a lot to take in. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. But basically we're making it equal to this because on the round start we destroyed it. So this variable would be nil. It would not be, it would be nil, null, or none. It wouldn't be pointing to anything because I know right when we start up the game, it assigns the prop lobby waiting room that we spawn in initially into that variable, but on round start we destroy it. So we just want to reassign that back into here, so that way when it comes back to round start, we have something to actually destroy, and it doesn't throw an error. And we'll go ahead and play this out, just to show once more. There's my lobby waiting room. And here we go. We got lobby waiting room. I think my spawn's messed up. Yeah, the person spawned halfway through the floor. It's like they're sitting. But yeah, people can mess around, and then boom, we're into the actual game. Let's go ahead and find the person. There it is. And there we go, and we should go back to the lobby now. We're back to the lobby. And then it will just restart, and yeah. It's just loads of fun. It's just a nice way to kind of keep players occupied while stuff's happening. Little transition instead of going back-to-back rounds like, oh my gosh, we keep switching rounds. Just gives them a nice little break to mess around and have fun. But yeah, that's how I created there's some errors that has to do with this basic backdoor and the scoreboard client. I gotta figure those out, why it's doing that. If I do, I'll make a video on it. But yeah, that's basically how I created a lobby waiting room. If you want, you can come in and create more maps, say like map 02. I'd be more specific, of course, like I was here with Urban Pistol Map, and then you could add another map. Let's just, for instance, add this pistol map again, and then you come in the level spawner, grab this down here, right in the bottom right. Since you made it, you can copy that, come up here, paste it in, and then you could go ahead and add that into this array right here, prop map 02, and boom, now that'll be in there. Make sure to change this too. I haven't figured out entirely how to get the actual length of the array that we're creating here, but I've tried like some stuff that Lua had, but it didn't fully go through. For some reason it threw errors, so I'll probably look into that. I'll probably change up the script, but make sure to change this portion right here. If you don't, that last index, it won't throw any errors, but that last index is that you add on past the 2 will never show up properly. And then of course I'm just gonna go back because I don't need that in my game just yet. But yeah, that's how you create a lobby level system. So you can have a lobby waiting room in your games now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. The idea came from Johnny. He wanted the players to have a little, you know, little break in between rounds. My first intuition was to just have rounds go back to back to back, no breaks, just keep going. But I kind of like the little break, and it gives me a chance to teach you guys a little something new. I might throw this on the community content again with the random weapon spawner I created. Check out that video as well. That's a nice video. Kind of teaches some stuff on how to create a random weapon spawner for your games. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more to come. If you got any suggestions on maybe stuff you want to see, because right now I'm just kind of making videos as I learn, because I just started learning core last week. So we're just kind of making videos as we learn type of thing. So if you guys have anything in mind, I might check out the bounty board as well to make a tutorial from there on the Discord. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, I'm bad with exiting videos because I've been rambling on for the past probably minute or so. So all I gotta say is bye!